I have partnered up with Alois to make a brand new Mordekaiser guide, and I would say it is the best Mordekaiser guide out there right now. I have given out every single piece of information that I could think of. Absolutely anything that I use, I gave out in this guide. Explaining mid to late game stages, itemization, runes, combos, absolutely anything and everything I could think of. Even video matchups, and some of these video matchups go on to be 20 minutes or longer, just for that one particular matchup. Currently, there are not all top lane champions in video format, but over time I will add more and more of them. This is also where the tips and tricks section of the matchup spreadsheet went, in case you were all wondering. As part of the agreement, I had to move it to this guide exclusively. Every other guide I have is still completely untouched, and the rest of the spreadsheet on top of the mobafire guide is still also the same on the Mordekaiser side. If you want to check it out, you can use the link in the description. With all that being said, please enjoy this video. This matchup is insanely boring, but it can also be kind of difficult depending on how the Malphite plays. He can go either for perma-poke with Arcane Comet and then max Q, or maybe he goes for an Emax and wave clears, and then he might take Grasp of the Undying. If he perma-pokes with Q, you genuinely don't want to lane him. And what I mean by this is that after you clear the wave, you just straight up leave and don't show on the actual lane, because he's just going to Q you on cooldown and you will die. It could unironically force you to go for a Kanek Rookern, or a very early Negatron Cloak. If he doesn't go for that, then you obviously don't have to do this. Try to perma split push into Malphite, because in team fights, one good ulti from him can doom the entire fight. You can try to team fight it and maybe get 5 stacks onto him, but it's not super reliable. On top of that, in the early game, you can kind of proc demolish freely against him, because you can push the wave in and then proc demolish under turret. Just make sure you pay attention to his wave clear, because if he clears the wave too quick, he can kill you because you're gonna be under turret. This usually happens after level 6, where he can use his R plus E combo to quickly clear the wave and then have you stuck under turret. You can also try to perma proxy into him, and that can work kind of okay. You can either go for Hullbreaker Rush and perma side lane, because that Hullbreaker effect is so good at demolishing turrets, or you can go for a Black Cleaver Rush, and that is better at actually shredding down the Malphite if you choose to fight him. Especially because the actual armor shred from Black Cleaver lowers his damage as well. Since his W and E scale off of armor, it means that the Cleaver shred not only buffs your damage, but it also lowers his damage. I go to proxy really deep against them just so I can get a full recall off. And then I can come back to lane safely, having my Black Cleaver and missing no CS at all. I thought it was going to be either Mundo or Jack's top lane, and I took the runes for going up against either one of those. But it actually ended up being Heimerdinger top. I think they just swapped. So I knew I was pretty screwed because I have a really bad rune setup into him. I have absolutely no sustain here. Only the Doran's shield regen. Level 1, what I also look to do into Heimerdinger is kill his turrets. He will usually place down 3 turrets before the minions spawn. So I just kill them, tank all the damage, and then recall and come back and he won't have extra turrets to place. But because I didn't expect it to be Heimerdinger top, I took way more damage now. Normally I just try to sustain up with second wind, I even run fleet footwork, and I go for a different build. I actually just go for Titanic, Hydra, and Perma Proxy. But because I have my current setup, I was thinking of going for an all-in or nothing playstyle. So I would look to rush my Mercury Treads, so that I get that tenacity for his grenade, and then just try to all-in him and one-shot him. The issue with this is that his burst is really high, because if I run at him and pull him in, he's going to stun me with the grenade and then instantly use his empowered ultimate. And he will empower his rockets, and then I'm going to get one-shot basically. But I have to try it. Simply because my setup doesn't allow me to just sit back and farm up and just sustain. It is probably not the correct thing to do, but I had no idea what else to do with the setup that I had here. It is just extremely sucky that they ended up swapping. I genuinely did not expect Heimer top in this situation.
Smaller than the diagram. Smaller than the diagram. It's smaller than the diagram. Ah, the sweet smell of science.
Enemy killing spree. An ally has been slain.
It's smaller than the diagram.
Slain an enemy. Double kill. has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
Overall, this is a pretty skilled matchup. Aatrox can actually space you rather well, especially if you don't have phase rush. But you can also use your ghost to space around him, and maybe even chase him down. In this case, this Aatrox took flash ignite, so he has much higher kill pressure. Unless you super mega stomp Aatrox, I basically always recommend buying heal cut into him. Unless again, he's super omega stomped. And even then, it still might be worth it to look to get that heal cut. Because later on, he can just pop his ultimate and auto attack for the Sundered Sky healing, and combined with his passive, he's basically going to heal 600-700 health on that one attack. He might look to Q plus EU a lot, specifically his first Q and E, because you can't quite reach it. He would have to be rather close for you to pull him from the first Q and E combo. However, on the second Q, you can usually pull him unless he immediately dashes back, or he expects you to pull, so in the middle of the Q2 animation, he dashes backwards and you waste your pull. And then he's gonna have a window where you can't abuse him that much. Generally speaking, you want to pull him when he does the second Q. On the third one, you're basically just lining up his middle spot, because if you pull him on Q3, it literally just hits the center and then you take the knockup and the extra damage. Stridebreaker is a rather good spike here, and after Stridebreaker, what I like to do is go for Spear of Shojin. You don't have to, I just really love the item, simply due to how much damage you gain from it. So you're just going to be able to explode Aatrox once you get Shojin and level 11. Bladed Steel Caps Rush also feels quite good into him, but you can't always do it. Sometimes you might need Mercury Treads or Boots of Swiftness for the enemy team comp. And again, you can get an early heal cut item like Executioner's Calling if you want to be more offensive, or Bramble Vest for defensiveness.
First blood. The enemy has been slain.
way to purge.
Thank you guys for joining me in this video. I hope you found the information useful, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully very soon.
Night is falling on the old world. You won't live to see the new one.